Cool.
Okay,
Now I know how to
let me open Excel. Okay, I'm gonna open a new spreadsheet. Now, here's my new spreadsheet. It looks a bit funny, doesn't it? But that's okay, we'll make do. Okay, now, when I'm creating my data, one of the first things I got you guys to do is you need to track the number of days that you got your data from. So if you go by date, you should also have a second one for the number of days that we had, and then you're going to do your samples. Now, for simplicity's sake, I'm just going to take a sample, and I'm going to pretend that the experiment was done on bacteria in girls' toilets. Who did that one? And bacteria in boys' toilets, okay? Now, this is obviously simplified because I think girls, you guys did yours, but yours was much more complicated than this one. But that's fine. And I'm literally going to just do the number of dots, yeah? So that's my kind of goal, is I'm just going to do the number of dots to make it simple for us, okay? So if we started our experiment, let's say we started the experiment on the 2nd of Feb, right? And then that would be day 1. Now, these numbers, these dates are all made up, but that's fine. You can go ahead and go through your data and then track through yours, okay? And then let's say you had the 5th of Feb as being the second one, and between the 2nd and the 5th is how many days? 2nd is day 1, 3rd, 4th, 5th is day 4, yeah? Not that there's 3 days have passed, but it's the 4th day of the experiment, okay? Now I'm going to pretend all of this is already marked out, and I'm just going to go ahead and fill in the number of days. So let's say it was the 4th, and then following that was the following week will be the 8th, and then it was like, you know, the 1, 4, 8, 11, and then what's after that? 15th, and then 19th, and then, you know, and so forth and so forth. Okay, that's probably enough data. Okay, now all the way to the end of your experiment, which is after, you know, we have it will be about 3 weeks, which you'll have about 6 or 7 days or a set of dates to go through. Now I'm going to count the number of spots here. Now, if I want to add a little thingy in between, I'm going to say that that is there, and then I'm going to go number of dots. Okay, I'm going to merge the two together. Oh, I don't know how to do that on this little funny thing. Where's the rest of it? Okay, that's right, it doesn't really matter. Alright, yeah. Now, let's say at day 1, I should be expecting 0, 0, and then I'm going to start populating. Now, these numbers are going to be completely made up, and then I'm going to show you how to graph them. Okay, so I'm going to have, let's say, oh, sorry, that should also be down there, and that should also be down there. Okay, I'm going to say that, let's say we started with 1, and then 0, and then 3, and then 1, and then, I don't know, 8, and then 5, and then 20, 13, and then 46, and 23. Now, totally made up. Numbers are totally made up, but that's alright, okay? Once I have that, what I'm interested in is this column here, and I'm also interested in this column, these columns here. Yeah, I'm not interested in the date anymore because I've already calculated the days. Now, to get my graph, let's say I wanted to graph just the girls' toilets and the number of dots there. I will highlight both columns, including the title, and I am going to go to the insert column. Now, for a PC or a Windows, it won't be in the insert, it will be in, I think it will say graphs and formulas or something like that, or graphs and tables column. Yeah, so you just got to find it. But what I'm interested in is this little section here where it has all of these graphs, okay? Now, there are a few different charts that I can make. Because I am tracking the days, and the days are not even, I want to put in what we call a scatter graph. Yeah, a scatter graph will track the days along the bottom, and it will track the number of dots up the top, which is what you want. So you go to the scatter graph, and there's two options, or there's quite a few options. There's scatter with on its own. If I just hit that, I'm going to get a scatter graph out of these two, and you can see there the number of days running along the bottom. See, 20 days being the highest, and 19 being the last data point there. And then it shows this progression there. So you can sort of see it growing. What can you already tell about bacteria growth?
It goes up.
It goes up. Not only does it go up, it goes up in what? It doubles, or it kind of goes up exponentially. Yeah, that's what the graph is telling me, and that's what I'm interested in finding out. Okay. However, I don't just want this graph. I'm going to add a line to it. So let me get rid of the graph. Oops. Oh, there we go. I'm going to redo it again. Once again, highlight both columns, including the titles, and then I'm going to go to insert, I'm going to scatter, and this time I'm going to add a line, yeah, with a line, and then I'm going to add a smooth line, and there you go. I've got a trend that I can track with a line, yeah. Now this is not complete. I'm most of the way there, but I'm not complete. I've got my title, which is good, and then what do I need? Titles. I need axes titles. Now, axes titles is always in this little section called add chart element, yeah. For some of the graphs, if you click on the graph there, there's in Windows there'll be a little tag there that allows you to add the chart element, but in this one it's just found in the corner. And I'm going to go to axes titles, and I'm going to go primary horizontal. And what would I put along the bottom? Days, yeah. Days, okay. And then I'm going to do the same thing, and I'm going to add a vertical title along the top. And what would I call that?
Bacterial dots.
Bacterial dots, or number of bacterial dots. Yeah, number of bacterial dots. Okay. Now from the rest on, it's all about presentation. Yeah. I'm going to get rid of that because I don't think it's necessary. And you've got a very clear graph showing the number of days that have passed and then the number of bacterial dots that have grown, and people can make observations. Okay. Josh.
And can't you do it so there's like, for example, us, we've got 6 different plants, so you've got 6 different lines.
Yes, you can, and I'm going to show you how to do that, yeah? This is the most basic one. You can go ahead and do that with the girls, and if I wanted to do that with the boys, I can select the same data, press Command, and I'll be able to highlight both, and I'll be able to do the same thing and go to Insert, and go to Scatter, and once again, put another one, and now I've got a track for the boys one as well. If I want to put 2 lines on the same graph, there is a way to do that, and it's a little bit more complicated. What you need to do is you can't just highlight all of the sections. You actually have to go into your chart, and you go to, I believe, Format. Oh no, this is slow.
I do not.
Okay, so I go into Data. How do I go into my add chart? Oh, here we go.
Spaghetti legs.
I go to right click and I select data, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a second column, load a second entry. I'm going to select my data range, yeah, which will be, oops, there you go, okay, which is going to be my second data range. I'm going to give it a name, so this time it'll be bacteria in boys' toilets. The x values remain the same, so here are my x values, and the y values are up there, okay? And I should be able to hit OK. Oh no, what have I done? Did I get it? No, I didn't.
Yeah,
You forgot to put the girls in.
You replaced it.
Oh, I think I replaced it, didn't I?
Yeah.
Let me go back. Okay, let me try that again. Yeah, there you go. Select data. Series 2. Chart data range. Let's try again. Bacteria in boys' toilets. X range will be there, and then the Y range. Here we go. The Y range should be there, and then I should be able to. There we go. So now I've got 2 sets. Yeah, 1 girls and 1 boys. And now you might need to add your legend, because you can't tell which line is which. So you can go back to your, how do I get into my chart element? Chart design. Here we go. Chart element, and I'm going to add my legend back in there. Yeah, so I'll put a legend on the right, and I've got it. Yeah, obviously make yours look a little bit neater and put your title back in there. But now you've got bacterial growth there, okay? And that's how you want to do it. If you need a bit of help on the Windows, I'll go around, I'll do that. But now's a chance for you to put it up. You won't have all your data entries, and what you can do is you can add the data entries as you go later on, and I'll show you how to do that next lesson once we sort of begin to finish our data ranges. Okay, so go ahead and do that, and then you should be able to do it. Guys, can I recommend, do it on Excel on Windows, and then what you can do is save the Excel file and email it to your teammates. Okay, do not do it on Google Spreadsheet, because Google Spreadsheet is very limited in its ability to produce a good graph. Okay, so you're better off doing it on Excel and then chucking it onto a Google Doc and sharing that Google Doc with each other. Okay, so go ahead and do that.